Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. Splitting Wigs back with another video, and this time we're going over the Call of Duty Vanguard Beta that I just got done playing, and I kind of miss it because I kind of liked it. I know that's strange. You watch a good bit of the, now the COD shills, they say they liked it, but then the majority of everybody else is calling it crap and that they didn't like it. But I kind of liked it, guys. There's definitely things that I hated, and there's definitely things that I loved. Right out of the gate, we're going to go into some stuff that I'm not really going to touch on much. Just mention is the spawns. The spawns are bad, but it's a beta. They're always bad. Seeing nameplates through the destructible cover and through other things is a bit of a problem. That's probably not going to be a quick fix. That's something they're going to really have to work on because it is an issue. And then the sun, my God, who are your play testers? Can Splint Wigs be a game tester? I mean, how do you not notice that the sun is absolutely insane? You know, those are a couple things though that I'm not going to spend a ton of time on because I'm sure they're working on it. Now, we're going to start off with the pros. Graphically, on a PC, which I have a pretty good PC. I mean, it's scored like an 89 out of 100 on the benchmark test, so it's a good PC. The graphics look great. Now, I will say that the PlayStation 4, not so much, and you're going to be at a big disadvantage, and I can't believe that they have cross-play and cross-gen on, because even though they're putting in a field of view slider at launch for all consoles, I'm telling you, it's night and day. You're going to be at a pretty big disadvantage to people that are on PC. But anyway, the biggest pros right out of the gate is the gunplay and the movement. The movement, what I like about the movement is it's like 80% Modern Warfare Warzone movement, and it feels that way, with like 20% of like Sledgehammer World War II mixed in, just to give it a little bit of a different feel, but it's still real good. It just feels nice, and it doesn't, you know, it's just, the movement and the gunplay is good. Now, with the movement, though, a little bit, as I did notice that the slide canceling and attack sprint reset feels a little bit off. Now, that's something I'm hoping that they smooth out and fix. I don't think it was on purpose. Maybe it was. We'll see at launch. But I do think that's something that they'll hopefully work on. The gunplay, it feels nice and smooth. It's not, you know, hitchy or whatever you want to call it, like Cold War was. And it's definitely an improvement over that. And then also, there's a little bit more recoil, it seems, in the last two Call of Duties, which is also a good thing. Now, they do have 10 attachments, so you might be able to dial that out with certain guns and make one or two guns laser beams, but hopefully they just make those slightly weaker, that the laser beams are slightly underpowered. That way, if somebody with some gun skill can use something that's a little bit more powerful accurately, they'll still be able to win gunfights. That would be preferred, obviously. Now, another good thing is the maps, but betas usually do not get like the A tier maps. Usually they get maybe one decent one and then two not so good ones. So for that being the case, these maps are solid. They're actually pretty good. They're big. 6v6 will play a little bit slow on these. I'm hoping that they can work on that. Change maybe the maps a little bit if it's only a 6v6. But I'm telling you, for the 10v10 and 14v14 stuff, man, these maps are good. They are. I'll get in a little bit later in the video of, you know, something that might have a little bit to do with the maps, but it'll be a negative. But for the most part, the maps are good. Feels like definitely an improvement over, you know, like 3 out of the last 5 Call of Duties for sure so far. And another thing that's a big W is the gunsmith. You know, the gunsmith, what I like about it and what I think will give us a nice change of pace is with that many attachments and being able to adjust things that much, it's not going to be like a copy and paste thing like it is with Warzone, Modern Warfare, and Cold War, where you pretty much use the same exact attachments on every single gun for that. You know, like ARs use the same like 4 attachments, 5 attachments across every single AR. Submachine guns, you pretty much pick like the same couple attachments and they work on every single submachine gun. Whereas I think in this game, you're going to be able to have enough adjustability that you can kind of have a build that kind of fits you for the first time, not where you pretty much have to use exactly what everybody else does and then adjust a little bit to make it work. And I think that's a big win. Then the biggest win of all for me is they're bringing back Original Dome. OG Dome was such a great map. Oh man, every time I'd feel so immersed in this game back in World at War, on that map, calling in dogs with that war chant. I mean, what an experience. I can't wait to play Dome. However, now those are the W's. Now the negatives are horrid. They really are. And I can't stress this enough. If they don't really fix these next issues I'm talking about, You can kiss 6v6 multiplayer goodbye. It'll be the same as usual, where nobody really wants to play it, nobody really wants to watch it get streamed, and it's just going to be another year of people talking about how 6v6 COD is dead. And that makes me sad. And it's pretty easy fixes that they just won't fix. Now, it's probably a profitability issue where they have lower skilled players that are playing this game a little bit longer, as opposed to back in the day where lower skilled players would play for 2-3 months and then they would be done with this game because they got tired of people, dunking on them all the time. But visibility, guys, again, how are we still talking about visibility? It's insane to me. It is an easy fix. It's an easy fix with colors on the maps, colors on the characters, or, go with something a little bit different where, one team's a certain faction, another team's a different faction, and have the players be a slightly different color where they stand out a little bit and you're not staring at a bush wondering if there's somebody sitting in it in a ghillie suit. I don't think anybody likes that. You can sit in a bush and look up one of the roads on this map that I'm playing right now, and the dust will be coming up off of that sand and just make it super hard to see. And then you pull the trigger, and Activision's great VFX that they're so proud of, the gun starts shooting out smoke, it starts shooting fire, and you can't see shit. You can't see anything. You're just shooting at a nameplate at that point. Who wants that? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to build an expensive PC, buy a $60 game that's supposed to have excellent graphics, and as soon as you pull the trigger, you can't see anything. It makes zero sense. And then on to the next one, which I complain about all the time. Probably, if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you're sick of me saying about the time to kill being way too short. But it is. It's way too short. It makes gunfights not feel interesting, and it doesn't feel like you accomplished anything when you kill somebody. You shoot and kill somebody, you're like, oh, I just saw him before he saw me. It's very, very rarely that you kill someone, you're like, oh man, I outgunned that guy. It's rare. It's just rare. And I don't know why. I don't know what was wrong with having a hardcore mode for the people that don't like longer TTKs, and have the regular mode just like it was, or go the other way. Have normal mode be the fast time to kill, and then put in a different mode that's for people that like the longer TTK. I don't understand what's so hard about that. It's insane to me that they have the TTK as fast as they do. And while we're on that topic, I'll mention it real quick, is, skill-based matchmaking, we couldn't really get a feel for it in the beta, but I'm sure it's in, and it's definitely a negative if they put it in. It makes the game feel slightly unnatural. When you have a good game, it doesn't really feel like you had a good game. You feel like maybe you were just given an easier lobby, and that just ruins the experience as well. And it's all done for money, and it is what it is. And then another thing that just takes away skill gap yet again is the mini-map. Nobody's almost ever on the mini-map. It makes no sense to me. When you see a poll on Twitter, 85% of the votes say that they want the original mini-map. So if you know that 85% of your actual, players that play a lot want the regular old mini-map back, I don't understand why you wouldn't put it in. Especially when you have you have two ways of staying off the minimap in this game. You can use a suppressor, you can use the ammunition that keeps you off the minimap. There's options for people that want to slow play and stay off the minimap. It makes no sense to me. And then another thing that halts people from running around, look at that screen right now. MB, there's so much dust, flames, and VFX, you can't see out. And it makes no sense. Nobody wants it, Activision. Get it out of the game. It drives me insane. Another thing that drives most of the... seriously, when you get on Twitter and you look at people that vote on this stuff, 70% of the community wants score streaks, like regular old score streaks. Kill streaks do nothing but promote people for camp and not playing the objective and not moving around the map. That's what kill streaks promote, period. Score streaks have always been better. Always. It's not even a debate. And if you play the objective, you should get extra points towards your score streak. If you get kills, it gives you a certain amount towards your score streak. If you get a kill while playing an objective, you should get an even bigger amount towards your score streak to entice people to actually play the game to win. And then, as I say every year, they need to reward winning in a certain way for multiplayer. It's a no-brainer to me. Put a camo multiplier for a win. If your team wins, you get something quicker. And that will get people moving around the map and playing this game the way it needs to be played. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is this game straight up feels like a reskin of, you know, the regular menu when you first load in feels like they just copied and pasted from World War II. Then the actual options menu and other menus, and then like the gunsmith, feels like they copy and pasted Modern Warfare. Look, we already spent $130 on those games, okay? We don't want to feel like we're playing them all over again. I can't believe that they did that. It really does feel like they copy and pasted. I really think that that is bogus, and it's definitely, you know, the lazy way to do it. Now, it could be because of COVID and the issues that people are struggling through with that, so I'll give them a little bit of a break on some of that stuff. But anyway, let me know what you think below. Comment, let me know if you think I'm full of shit or if you think I'm onto something with some of these ideas and pros and cons. Anyway, Splitting Wigs out. Catch you on the next one.